and the guy was over the line or some shit. If they,
Let's get to the Lions topic. So the Lions, the refs missed a crucial call in the Lions game. As Chubb's already alluded, this team lost the opportunity to host multiple playoff games this season because of this, right?
When you say just one extra, don't say like it's like
it's
that one extra game that's money for the city of Detroit. Mm-hmm. So
the economy, right? It's clear video evidence that shows Decker definitely went over. The referee saw 70 came in because 70's been doing it all game. And, the Lions try to be too smart for the Cowboys. They end up being too smart for the refs. The two-way conversion failed. Converted, but was a penalty. Right?
Dumb refs.
There are some thoughts that it was illegal formation anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right? But it probably
debunked that.
It got debunked? That theory got debunked?
Yeah, he wasn't covered. So it would so it was debunked.
Either way,
refs
missed the call. So when it comes to this, all year, I think Joey went on a tangent a couple episodes about how we've been complaining about the refs. And this crew alone has been messed up huge calls. For example, there was another play in the game where this 2-point conversion probably wouldn't even matter if they didn't call the fake tripping call on the tight end for the Cowboys, because they called him for tripping, which puts them back 15 yards, when it actually was Aiden Hutchinson who did the tripping. And that would have put them 15 yards ahead. That was the drive before that caused Dallas to go ahead and punt the ball. So, right? My question for you guys, a question that was brought up today.
See, no. That's well, go ahead. My bad.
What are you gonna say to that?
No, I was gonna say that's a little different though. Like,
what you mean that's not a little different? That changes that trajectory.
That's just that's a bad, like, that's just like a bad call. Like, that's like a holding that wasn't a holding. You know what I'm saying? This was clear.
But it was clear.
The flag
was on.
But so I mean, I don't know. But that's why I guess like this is a hard question. This is a tough debate then, like, because it's gonna go to every penalty should be reviewed, bro. Like every.
That's the question. How do we? Football is a great game because of the human error, whether it's on the players, the refs, coaches. Like, there's human error involved in game of sports, right? All the time. But when there are egregiously missed calls, right? I don't like the reviewing system that people are proposing, because remember that year you were able to throw challenge flags on pass interference? That shit was dumb and was ass. I hated that. Didn't like that at all.
So the reason why that never worked, Wayne, is you're calling out the guys that were calling the flags on the field. Yeah. They got to make the decision if the play stands or whatnot on their own calls.
Yeah.
The fix is you need to have a sky judge in the air and that overrules when it's blatant.
Yeah, I think
that's what they need.
I think I go back more so to the playoff. Because bro, when you go back to I'm specifically like talking about not even from like this weekend. Right. That play was ridiculous, bro. And there's no way that play should not have been reviewed, regardless of the NFL rule book. Like, I mean, obviously, like, you can't, just say forget the rules, but that is blatant, and that cost them a win. Like, so
cost them an NFC Championship berth.
Like that. What do we do? Like, what do we do?
Not just a win, a very important
their
win.
run was over after that. Like, that play, their run was over.
It just be like stuff that's just like blatant. Because like after this play happened, I was just like, oh, they lined up all sides, like ineligible. And when I went back and I looked at like all the pieces, I was just like, they did nothing wrong on this play at all. Like, literally, like, and there's no way that they didn't rehearse this play in practice for him. And then for the refs to afterwards go and be like, yeah, it was our fault, blah, blah. That's just like, that just makes it worse. So I'm just like, how do we start holding these refs accountable? Like, do they start getting fines and stuff? Like, I know this particular group got demoted from being able to do playoff games or something like that, from my understanding, moving forward. But I just think it's messed up how you can't overrule a call like that from up top. Like, I understand the challenges don't be working because you just gonna be looking for penalties on every play, but just like how after all scoring plays come from up top, like penalties like this that matter to a significance should definitely be reviewed by a head judge up top. Like
So
Chris said,
so the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game is when we should have reviews, like all major penalty, all I should say all 10+ yard penalties should be reviewed, or 15 yard plus penalties should be reviewed, or penalties that give the opponents first downs. How do we want to do it? Because you're gonna have to put some parameters around it, right?
yeah, and it's tough because like who's to say this play won't cost them that? You know what I'm saying? It's just tough. It's real tough, but
I think.
I don't know. I don't know what the
Listen,
fix is.
I know the fixes.
I know.
What the fix is.
How do we fix the refs, Chubb?
Here's the caveat: you implement the sky judge with less than. Well, I'll go. 2 minutes left in the game.
I say 2 minutes.
The sky jump
comes.
2 and 4 minutes. Whatever. Sky jump comes into factor because that's when these judgment calls be happening, like crunch time. They either miss it or they throw it because they got a side bet or some shit. You know what I mean? I think fourth quarter, 4 minutes or less, sky judge comes into effect.
All right, I like that. I also think when it comes to these egregious calls, there should be fines. The way we fine players after game for helmet-to-helmet contact after the game, taunting, there should be, if a ref makes such an egregious call, depending on it, first offense, $10,000. Maybe that. I don't know how much refs get paid, so it might be too much.
They get paid a lot.
$2,000 to $5,000 for the first offense, $10,000 for the second offense. The third offense, your crew is suspended for a game. You guys cannot referee a game. You're suspended for a game, and then suspended for a game, and you can't ref in the playoffs. So that's just there, right? Fourth offense. Shouldn't get to no damn fourth offense, but there is a fourth offense. Then your crew is done for the season. That's what I think should happen, right? That should be what happened. But when do we determine when calls are egregious? Is it when they call it and there's clearly something that's not, or when they swallow their whistle? Pause.
It could be both, but I'm mainly for when it's blatant.
Yeah, I'm more so when it's blatant because
like for instance, I would love their sky judge at the Colts game, crunch time, when Zay Flowers got hooked when he was trying to catch the ball. That was a clear DPI, or at least holding, no call. That's, for instance, that was overtime or about to be overtime. That's a perfect example right there.
I think the Chiefs one is more of a better example, but
I'm just saying it cost both of the things cost the game. So
yeah, I agree. So that's a new reference. So first offense, $5,000 for everybody in the crew. Second offense, $10,000. Third offense, crew misses game. Fourth offense, 5 games.
Go to college.
Demoted. College. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Is what's gonna happen.
So funny. I say that, but that Brad Allen apparently got suspended from college football because he had judgment problems with calls. So they didn't want him in college football. Go figure. He has judgment calls in the NFL. So
yeah, but this is gonna be tough because I'm assuming the referee association has their own thing, so they would have to agree to this.
They already suspended him.
Yeah, but I'm saying agree to the fines and everything that we're saying.
Yeah.
What we're proposing.
I mean, because I think that's fair though, because just like players get fined, coaches get fined, everybody gets fined. NFL referees get fined too, making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because it also, because people starting to say that. I know I was on that conspiracy a couple years ago saying that NFL was rigged, NBA was rigged, but
I said that shit 2 weeks ago.
People really starting to think the NFL is rigged, especially with all the sports betting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't help. Something like this would.
Yeah.
Unless they don't want
NFL is absolutely rigged.
Just saying it's rigged.
For the Ravens.